How to become a highly paid freelance designer in 2024? This is one of those questions that I get asked by a lot of fellow designers. So I finally decided to make a video on this and tell you everything that you would need to know to be a highly paid freelance designer in 2024. This video is filled with a lot of insights on what keep designers stuck in low-paying gigs and how you can actually move to a high-paying gig and get better at work. So make sure you watch this video till the end and hit that subscribe button for more such videos. Big clients want good results, but they want them fast, and that's why they're willing to pay more. But let me guess, since you were a small freelancer with low-paying clients, you used to manage everything by yourself. From updating your clients on the final designs, making invoices, to making sure you haven't missed any feedback or deadline, and a lot more unjustified tasks on the list. This can directly affect your productivity and lead to heaps of time getting wasted every day unnecessarily. But don't worry, in this video I've got an amazing tool that can manage most of your time-taking secondary tasks, leading you to be more efficient in productivity in your work. Make.com is a very high-quality automation software that integrates several different softwares across the web, be it Notion, Google Calendar, Gmail, Slack, and other websites and tools that you use on a daily basis in one single place. You can automate several flows and quickly get simple tasks done faster with just a few clicks. I'll show you a few live examples in the later part of my video, so make sure you watch it till the end. And let's get started with step number 1, upskilling yourself. Sounds very trivial, but trust me, learning is the way to go about. Start learning about new design tools. Take on challenges, experiment, practice. Prioritize learnings. These things will not only upgrade your portfolio, but when a client gives you work apart from what you usually do, you can even charge for that. And that's where the whole point of under-promising and over-delivering comes. If you have been hired for a branding project and has been asked to deliver 2 logo options and you deliver 4 of equal quality along with some examples of how the logo will look on companies' business cards, stationery, and it shows the initiative that might just surprise your client and make them more likely to remember you and come back to you. One more thing, you need to keep it in checks whether you are learning from your mistakes or not. Identify areas where you need to improve. You can get feedback from your previous clients and the people you work with, and self-reflect on some of the tough situations where you were in. Simultaneously, make a list of what you need to do differently. Just changing some of these things here and there and having a clear goal in mind before every new project can put everything in place. When you have the right and advanced skills, you can directly charge more for your services. But no client would ever agree on that if you're not efficient. Everything is connected, and this is where you also need to go to step 2, which is upgrade your tools. This is the most overlooked part of every freelancer's journey. As a freelancer, you are a company yourself. A one-person company, an entrepreneur. And when you are a company and you work with clients, there will be a lot of tasks that you will have to do beyond the design service that you're actually selling. For example, if you're a logo designer, you'll often see that around 30 to 40% of the time, at times it could be even more, you're not really designing, but doing other operational stuff like relaying information, writing emails, documenting, making pitch decks, looking at insights, preparing invoices, and a host of other things that you will have to do as a freelancer. You cannot skip it. Every company needs to do it, and since you are the one-person company, you will have to do all these things yourself. The key to being a successful freelancer is maximizing the time that you spend on design and minimize everything else as much as possible. Let me repeat that for you. The key to being a successful freelancer is maximizing the time you spend on design and minimize everything else as much as possible. Sometimes you have to relax and let the computers do your job. And this is where Make.com comes into play. If you're an iPhone user, you would have used the automation feature that you have inbuilt, right? Whenever you are in a meeting, you can automate to put your phone on silent. Whenever you unlock the door of your home post 7 p.m., turn on the lights. Whenever battery levels drops below 50%, turn off low power mode. Make is like that automation tool, but for almost the entire internet. Let me show you. Now here I am on the dashboard of make.com. You can very easily create a free account with your Google ID. That's what I've done. And I'm on the free account right now. So that's why the price is $0 and I get 1,000 free operations per month. So I have already used up around 200 of them that you see out here, which is because I was trying out a whole lot of things out there and I still have 792 unused operations. And it resets every month. So it gets reset on 26th August. That is around 1 month from today. And it also shows me a graph of when I have used these operations and so on, so that I can keep a track of what is happening out here. And if I have any active scenarios, it's also going to show up out here. Now the scenarios are nothing but the automations, so they call it scenarios out here. And this dashboard has many other functionalities as well. Most prominently, there's this Teams tab where I can actually set up a team and add my team members out here so that they can actually come and run some of these automations on my behalf. I can add users. This is the details of the subscriptions in case I want to go for a pro plan, payments, installed apps, variables, scenarios, and a tons of other things. But the most interesting part of all of these is the templates tab, because this has got templates or recipes of different automations that you can run. It's a huge list. I kept scrolling and scrolling and scrolling just to know where the end of this list is. If you see, I've already scrolled 4 or 5 times and this scroll marker is still at the top, so you can imagine how long a list this is. It has almost all the tools that you can think of, starting from Google Docs, Google Sheets, Facebook, Instagram, WordPress, Notion, Telegram, WhatsApp, all the way up to ChatGPT as well. However, I found out the most efficient to look for a template is to search for the app that you want to use it with. For example, if you want to check for Google Calendar, all that you need to type is out there and it'll show you Google Calendar. So when you select it, it's going to show you only the templates which has Google Calendar in it. Now, I'm interested in knowing about Instagram. So let me go ahead and start searching for Instagram. I already see Instagram and Instagram for business. Now, in my case, it'll be Instagram for business because I have a creator account. And the moment I select it, it shows me all the templates that involves Instagram in some or the other form. And it can do a whole lot of things even with Instagram. For example, it can auto reply for new comments on Instagram. Very useful for a creator like me. It can share your Instagram photos to Twitter. It can share Instagram for business video posts to RSS feed. It can post to Telegram for Instagram for business, and a ton of other things out here, right? If you see, all these things are present right in front of you. However, what I'm looking for right now and the one that I find most exciting is this one, which is save media insights from Instagram to Google Sheets. As I post reels every day, it's hard to keep a track of the detailed analytics for each and every reel. And I even have to share all these numbers periodically with my team so that they can crunch the numbers and find patterns and use those learnings to understand what kind of content you folks are liking and what could grow my channels. Now, I can't give access to my Instagram account to my team because I also have my family and personal messages on it. So this is just the perfect use case for me. I'm just going to click on this to show you how exactly it works. You can either, pick one of these templates, modify them, change them, or create a scenario or an automation right from the scratch where you pick your tools and just design it the way you want, if you're one of those DIY sort of person. But I feel I will stick to this template because they have these wonderful things already created. So let me just start the guided setup. So the first step is to select Instagram for business. So in my case, I've already connected my account. If you haven't, you'll be nudged to sign in and connect your account with this. And this limit is nothing but, in my case, since I want to fetch the details or the insights of the Instagram posts that I have put, 10 is nothing but the number of posts it'll analyze at one single time every time it runs, which means if I run it once, it is going to fetch the insights of the last 10 posts that I have made. So I'm going to select 10 and click continue out here. The next step is to select which of this data, which of these insights I would want to fetch. So there are 5 different kinds of things that I can fetch: impressions, reach, number of people who have saved, video views, and replies. So I'm going to pick impressions, reach, and video views because these are the 3 most important things which my teams usually look at. So I'll select all of them and hit continue. The third step is to organize the data from Instagram Insights so that they can be populated on the Google Sheet. Now here, I'll have to create a Google Sheet and just connect it with this. So I've already created a blank sheet which is lying somewhere on my Google Drive. So I'm going to just click here and locate to that part. That is my Google Sheet, so I will just select that. And the moment I do, it'll ask me to pick which sheet I want it to. So every spreadsheet, as you know, has multiple sheets inside. Mine has only one, which is sheet 1. And I'm going to select this. And now it's asking me if my table has headers. I will select yes because it wasn't really a blank sheet. I had put the headers as to where I would want those things to appear. And next, it is simple, which column you would want your things to come up. For example, the first one, it says media ID. By the way, media ID is a number, which I find it hard to relate. So what I'll do is I'll remove media ID and I will use permalink instead. Permalink is nothing but the link, Instagram link to that post, that particular reel that I'm talking about. So it will start, the first row will be the link of that post, followed by the like count, followed by the comment count, followed by the 3 other things that I have picked up from the list in the previous step. So I'm going to hit continue because I'm done. And we are actually done. The Google Sheets is just connected and I don't have to do anything out here. So here, you can go and modify and click and add more things to it, which I'm not going to do right now. And if you see, this interface is very easy to use. It actually reminds me of FigJam and other tools using which we can create flowcharts. It's exactly like that. Data flows from here to here to here and finally into your Google Sheet. So we are done. The hard part is done, as it says. It's celebrating, right? And now I can run the scenario. So I'm just going to show you what happens. I'll click on run your scenario. Now it is running. I can of course set it to automation, like every 15 minutes it can run, but for now I'm just running it manually. And you see these numbers which are growing out here. These are nothing but the posts it is analyzing. So it's going to stop at 10 because that's the upper count that I had given. I could set it to 20, 50 or whichever I want. So 10 is good enough and it is done. Now if I go and open the spreadsheet, let me actually do it. You will see these are the last 10 posts. The first column is nothing but the link. So if I click on this link, I'll get to know which reel or which post it's been talking about, followed by the different data which I had asked it to populate in this sheet. This way, I don't have to go to Instagram again and again and check the analytics for each post. I can see directly through this Excel sheet that I have made over here, and it'll give me the updates every day. And the best part, I can share this Excel sheet with my team members so that they can go ahead and do their job. This is one of the ways I use to optimize my workflow. Now let us see how it can be beneficial for you. I found these templates from the Makes dashboard and I think we can try automating all the cold outreach emails that can be personalized later on for different clients. Number 1, first we will create a Google Sheets module and add the trigger watch rows. This will watch for new rows in Sheets. Number 2, we need to create a Gmail draft based on the data present on the Google Sheet. This module will create a draft email based on the new row data. Number 3, now we need to send this email to our client. So we'll select Gmail and add the trigger and send the email. Number 4, you can separate out your cold outreach emails by simply labeling them as client reach out. This way you can organize your sent emails, and if at any time in the future you have to come back to these emails, you can always find this label from your inbox and do it. Number 5, the last step is kind of optional, but if you think these emails are important or you have to mark other emails that you might have received which contains important information, suppose a client has shared a brief with you over email that you're afraid to miss, you can mark it as important by adding another module, Gmail, and save email as important. This will help you save a lot of time and complete hours of work in just few minutes. It feels almost illegal to believe that this tool is offered free for up to 1,000 operations every month. So make sure you check it out from the link in my description, and let's move to step number 3 now. Step number 3 is to curate your portfolio. You all know what a portfolio is. But for a freelancer, your portfolio is not just your portfolio, but also your brochure, trailer, advertisement, menu card, and anything else that is needed for selling your services. Just like you look into the menu card of a restaurant before you decide if you'd like to dine in or not, your potential clients will also look into your website and portfolio to decide if they would want to give you the contract or not. If they don't feel confident, they will just walk away to someone else. Whether or not you're happy with your current client, you should keep updating your portfolio with the best projects you have worked on until now. This will help the new clients know about your services and your past projects. But the most important part they would be looking at are the reviews and testimonials from your previous clients. So you need to make sure that you add them as much as possible to your portfolio. You can follow this checklist to make a portfolio that stands out from the crowd. An About Me page, 3 to 4 major case studies, your processes and methods, a contact me page, of course, very important, and additional links and resources. Could be any news article or anything else that features you, talks about your work, or anything else that can help improve your credibility. And make sure your portfolio not just looks good, but great. A beautiful portfolio is always an attention grabber. You can incorporate visual elements and animations to catch the attention of your clients. Always include realistic screens to support what you're presenting. And lastly, do not overfill your portfolio with all the projects that you have and avoid irrelevant information. Step 4. Reaching out to clients. The last and the final step is to reach out to your clients via cold DMs and emails. Here, your social media presence can also help you by connecting with your clients across your network, and you can even take help from Make.com, which can automate these cold DMs and emails for you in a few minutes, as demonstrated earlier in the video. And that's it. Keep these things in mind moving forward and you will get clients. Once you have clients rolling in, make sure you give your best. Under-promise and over-deliver. Remember step number 1? And the rest of the thing just continues, and eventually you will reach your high income goal sooner than you expect. So you see, this is not just a 4-step process. It's a cycle that keeps going on. Consistency and discipline is the key, and don't stop upskilling yourself in whatever way you can. Thanks to Make.com, there are hundreds, if not thousands of different types of templates and different ways in which you can create automation in your applications and become a more efficient professional. Check the link in my description and learn about their plans in detail. And while you're at it, there's a promo code too that you can use for 1 month free of the Pro plan with 10,000 operations per month. That's all for today. This is Sapta. See you all in the next one.